it was just no protection for Janet. It was no protection for her. And people ridicule her after that. If you don't know, now you know. Okay. If that's not black excellence, I don't even know what to say. What it is, what it ain't, it's your girl AMBREALERTT, and I am back with another video. In today's video, we are reacting to a huge topic, okay? We all know about the 2004 Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Panthers playing. The Patriots won that game, and it was the most viewed Super Bowl in history, and it was because Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson were set to perform on the Super Bowl together. Now, we all know about this epic, infamous wardrobe malfunction, so in today's video, I am reacting to the wardrobe stylist, Scot Lukas, and he worked that day with Janet Jackson. He constructed her outfit, and he is basically speaking out and saying why it wasn't his fault, why the whole fiasco was not an actual wardrobe malfunction, and why he feels like Justin Timberlake blamed him for, you know, why Janet Jackson's boob came out, and it was a whole thing, okay? We're gonna get into it. So if you guys are ready to see me react to the video of him saying his point of view, then make sure that you keep it real, you keep it locked, and you're paying attention, okay? Because this video is gonna be epic. We are almost at 400 subscribers. I'm gonna say that in every video. You already know that, you know, so let's do this video, okay? So if you like my content, make sure you feel free to tell me in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this. You guys like my last reaction video that I did, so I just thought I would do another one, but do it up my style. Okay, let's do this. So we all know about that infamous 2004 Super Bowl. It was epic. I believe I was watching it. This was back in 2004. Everybody was watching the Super Bowl and, you know, all the award shows because there was actual real talent on the shows. We loved seeing Michael Jackson. Like, this was when Michael Jackson was still alive. A lot of the great artists that have passed away were still alive. Whitney Houston, James Brown, like all these epic people were still alive. So everybody was watching award shows and Super Bowls. But it was this 2004 Super Bowl, February 1st, 2004, was the biggest watched Super Bowl of all time with 144.4 million viewers in total watching, including myself. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we're going to watch the video of the stylist saying his behalf. Now, so just a little background. We already know Justin Timberlake, he was out at the time. He was solo, so he wasn't with NSYNC anymore. He had hits like Cry Me a River. You know what I'm saying? That was my song. But at the time, he had his song Rock Your Body was the song that he was going to perform, and that he did perform with Janet Jackson on stage. So Janet Jackson's phenomenal, you know, just all-out performer, just amazing, you know, human being, amazingly talented, a part of the talented Jackson 5 family, younger sister to Michael Jackson, the greatest of all time performer ever to bless our presence, you know, in our screen and our ears, you feel me? So they performed together, and there was a huge tragedy. You know, they were set to do the performance. They were almost finished with the performance. It was like at the very last minute of the performance, you know, Justin Timberlake said, you know, and I quote in the song, "I'ma have you naked by the end of this song." And as soon as he said that, he grabbed like her boob area, and I don't know what he was trying to do. We're going to get to how I feel about that, like, at the end of the video. But he grabbed her boob area, and her actual breast came out. And luckily, there was a nipple cover covering her, you know, her nipple. Everyone saw her breast, and it was a big deal. No one ever forgot that. And I can imagine, you know, just being a black woman, that it was very embarrassing, like, to Janet Jackson. And I mean, everybody blamed her for a long time, and including Justin Timberlake. He said something like, no, it was a wardrobe malfunction. And ever since he said that, everybody ran with it and thought it was whoever made her outfit, it was their fault. So that's why I'm doing this video. So basically, now that you guys know the background, we're going to talk about Wayne Scot Lukas. He was a fashion designer, and he worked with several others before Janet Jackson, and he worked that day. His job was to, construct the outfits for, outfit changes. We've all seen that in performances, like Britney Spears performing and Christina Aguilera, and, tons of great artists, Beyonce, all of those greats. We've seen them perform, and then they have a quick change, outfit reveal or something like that. So he was set to do outfits like that had pins and Velcro, so you could just rip it off and it will be another outfit. So now we're gonna cut to the video of him talking to Access Hollywood on this Monday and see what his point of view is. So let's roll the tape.
I was a work for hire. I was hired to do a job. I did exactly what I was supposed to do.
Wayne has worked with Janet for decades and said what happened at the Super Bowl was meant to happen.
If I work with someone who's a dancer, you have to be able to dance in a wardrobe and it has to never fall apart. My job is to have snaps and pins and Velcro so that even in her quick change, if she forgets to snap something back on, it stays on. That's my job. I stand 100% by my story that I did exactly what I was supposed to do, what I was hired for, and if I ever hurt my friend, I wouldn't have worked with Janet for 6 years after the Super Bowl. I would have been fired that day.
Moments after the performance in 2004, Justin spoke to Access Hollywood.
You guys are getting pretty hot and steamy up there. It was kind of cool to watch. Hey, man. We love giving y'all something to talk about.
We haven't spoken since he blamed me. Came off the stage and said, it's just a little wardrobe malfunction. We all want to give you something to think about. He coined that phrase, and when he said that, I thought, friendship over. Friendship over. Wardrobe malfunction. I don't malfunction. I was a professional stylist, $10,000 a day back then. I can't fail. Why did you say that?
But Wayne claims the show's producers didn't cut away fast enough.
You were never supposed to see a movement where a breast was out, a body part was out. It was never supposed to be lingering on something that they say was this terrible thing for such a long time. They were supposed to cut to black. You were supposed to get the idea of, I'm gonna have you naked by the end of this song. Nobody was supposed to be naked. And I've never said that. Somebody didn't push the button. Somebody didn't protect my friend.
And Wayne revealed to us that there was actually a dress rehearsal of the show beforehand, which was taped.
No one knows this. You ready for this? When you do the Super Bowl, this is the secret, you shoot it twice. You shoot the performance twice because the first time you shoot it in case the satellite goes down, and they have to cut to the original rehearsal. So they had a second performance that the minute that happened, they could have pushed the button and cut to the tape, and they didn't.
Wayne says he's spoken to Janet since the documentary dropped and reveals what she said.
Lucas, don't talk to anybody. Just let this go. Just let this go. We're going to handle this in January. I'm going to talk about this in January. That last threat came in that they're going to hang me from a tree in New Jersey. I got to talk to somebody, so at least it's on camera.
Oh, okay. So now that we've seen what Mr. Lukas has to say, he said some interesting things, first of all. He said that he did work with Janet after this fiasco. So, he did have a point when he said, like, if it was really that bad and if it was my fault, then I would have never worked with Janet again. Like, I got that one, period. And I also got the fact that he said he got $10,000 a day being a stylist, and that he had no time to make mistakes. He had no, it was a lot of pressure because of the amount of money that he was getting back then. And execution is necessary when you're like a fashion designer or a stylist or anything. So I got that one too. Something very, very interesting that he said was that it was the production's fault and that they were supposed to cut to black. And he also said that Super Bowl is taped twice. So there's a dress rehearsal where they go full out, and you know there's the live version where they go full out. And he, you know, y'all heard what he said. He basically said like there's two versions of this, so that if something happens with the satellite, they could just switch and, you know, switch to the original video of them actually doing the performance, and it will be all good. So he said that no one was ever supposed to see anybody naked. It was just supposed to be an illusion that she would be naked. Using your imagination, that's what it was supposed to be. It was never supposed to be like a ripping of the outfit and then her boobs was supposed to come out or whatever. It was never, what happened was not supposed to happen, basically. So he also said that he feels like Justin Timberlake blamed him, saying that it was just a little wardrobe malfunction. And then there is a clip of Justin Timberlake actually talking to reporters after the incident, and he said, "Gotta do something to get y'all talking," or something like that. And he smiled in the video too. It was very creepy to me, honestly. It was just really creepy to see him like smiling like that. And I'll get to how I feel about that. So he was smiling and he was saying basically like, I like to get y'all talking, I got to do stuff to get y'all talking and stuff like that. So that was what he said shortly after the performance. Lukas also mentioned that he had a death threat. He has had death threats since since the incident, but as of recently, because there's going to be a new documentary coming out, he has received recent death threats. One in particular, someone threatened his life and said that they were going to hang him in New Jersey, which is very specific and scary. So he did also mention that he felt like he had to speak out about it and have his point of view recorded because of the death threat. Janet Jackson may have not wanted him to do that, but he had to. He felt obligated to share his side of the story. A producer that actually worked on the show said that she felt betrayed because she thought that maybe this was a scheme. She thought that maybe Janet and Justin Timberlake intended on doing this and didn't tell the production, which I doubt. I highly doubt that. Only Janet Jackson will be telling her side of the story. Maybe it is going to be in this documentary, which is, well, there's a documentary coming out called Malfunction, the dressing down of Janet Jackson, and it's going to be on Hulu. Janet Jackson is also supposed to be doing her own version of her story, and from her point of view, and it's going to appear on Lifetime and A&E, so I'm excited to see that, and I will be doing a video, so make sure that you comment below on this video for that video, because I will do that if you guys want me to. I thought it was cringy as well that I remember Justin Timberlake went on Instagram and he made like a post about the situation, and he said, and I quote, I think it was like last year in February, he made an Instagram post. And this was back when Justin Bieber, like, it was a lot of protests going on last year for Black Lives Matter. And Justin Bieber actually came out and said that he benefited from Black culture. And he jocking the steez, he jocking the style, whatever, which we already knew, you know what I'm saying? You told us what we knew, period. But, Timberlake, he actually went on Instagram and he said that he benefited from a system that condones misogyny and racism. I feel like that's very vague. Instead of just keeping it real, instead of just, you know, saying what we need to hear, you know, I guess it was supposed to be an apology to Janet Jackson, but it's too late. It's too late. You waited too long to say anything, and then you're gonna say like something very like vague and generic. It just makes you look weak, and it just makes it look like you didn't care. Like you didn't care to say anything more back then, so it's like, why act like you care now type. Like, that's just how I feel about that. But based off of what the stylist said, he's a friend of Janet Jackson still to this day. So what do you guys think? Like, I think he's telling the truth. I think that it's honestly revealing to hear that there's, you know, situation in which they can cut to black. I feel like Janet was standing there for a good little minute before there was an actual commercial break, which was the most embarrassing part in my opinion. I feel like it just went on too long. Like, if it was anybody else, you know, especially of the pale skin, you know, unfortunately, I feel like we would have never seen anything. But, you know, it was just no protection for Janet. It was no protection for her. And people ridicule her after that. I actually saw a clip of a news. I think she was doing the movie with Tyler Perry. I actually put it in this video right now. Just watch the clip and just watch the clip, y'all.
Anything happened to you at a Super Bowl?
You know, I tell you this. I absolutely am hoping that the Jets go to the Super Bowl this year. I really am.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, Janet, how often do you consider that you single-handedly rocked the broadcast world? Policy around the world, FCC policies have changed, and millions of dollars have changed hands as a result of that single incident at the Super Bowl.
Not only that, why did I get married when it opens on the 12th here? I think that people will see what a great actress he is.
Is it just me, or is Janet wearing iron suspenders right now? Is that the way you roll these days? Is it that bad?
Is what bad? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing's bad. No. Well,
everything's great. We're here to talk about the movie. I just think that we should keep it to what we wanted to talk about. It's about why did I get married, right?
Absolutely. Any wardrobe malfunctions in this movie?
Yes, there were actually. I had a few.
So yeah, I mean, there you see it. The shade is real. That's just one example of how Janet Jackson was treated after the Super Bowl. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, she literally looked like she was shocked. And for people to think that she did this on purpose, for what? For what? What would Janet need to do this on purpose for? What would this need to be a scheme for? If she was gonna let her boobs out on TV, she don't need Justin Timberlake to be on stage with her. First of all, she don't need nobody on stage with her, okay? Like, she don't need nobody. So for people to think that she did this on purpose, like, for the Super Bowl, like, why would she do that? Like, why would she do it on purpose? Kids was watching this. It just don't make any sense. Don't try to do that to the black woman. Like, but the way, I will say, the way Tyler Perry had her back, we love it. We're here for it. I'm here for it. Like, protect the black woman. That's how you protect the black woman, Tyler Perry. Good for you. Good for you. Honest, we know Justin Timberlake's point of view is very generic. We see Mr. Wayne, Scot Lukas. I appreciate him for even doing this interview because I always wanted to know his point of view because he was the stylist, you know, at the time. So I always wanted to know how he felt about it. And I feel bad that he felt like he couldn't speak up sooner because it was just too much going on. And, you know, if anything, I feel like he was being a good friend to Janet, too, and respecting the fact that she didn't want him to say anything or talk about it or address it. So I think that he was being a good friend, and I don't think that it was his fault. I think that literally Justin Timberlake grabbed it and ripped it off on purpose. That's what I think he did. I think it was on purpose. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is the most watched Super Bowl of all time because of this horrible thing that happened to Janet Jackson. It should have never happened. It should have went off without a hitch, and it was just a whole mess. And she got blamed for it, and it was not okay? So please let me know your thoughts. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I will be talking to you guys actively on this topic. Let me know if you're ready for me to find this documentary so I can get deeper into this topic. It's your girl, Ombre Alert. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.